Good evening, friends, and it is very nice to see that Mr. Annamalai might make a huge comeback in the BJP party, and we'll be talking in depth in this particular session. Also, the fact that there's a new Kerala elected CM, he took oath today, and also we'll be talking about the fact that all is not well in between Vijay and Rahul Gandhi as well, from what it looks like. All this and much more in today's session. So it is over to you. Yes.
Yeah. So let's start with the first piece of news. With the BJP reduced to a single seat in the 2026 Tamil Nadu Assembly polls, despite a marginal rise in vote share, party functionaries said the BJP national leadership is likely to conduct a reshuffle among state level functionaries. The move is expected to favor former BJP state president K. Annamalai, who is believed to be popular among the youth. State and district level office bearers are likely to be changed, with decisions to effect and expected to follow the core committee meeting chaired by Santosh, B.L. Santosh, BJP's National General Secretary, in Coimbatore on May 19th and 20th. The leadership is considering bringing about a change at the state level with someone who can attract youth and women to build a party at the grassroots. The upcoming core committee meeting will include separate sessions with state, district media, and right-wing functionaries to review the 2026 results. Organizational changes are expected to follow. Now, let's just look at what they have really missed out on. For example, everybody knows that K. Annamalai's emergence as a significant political figure in Tamil Nadu is largely attributed to a distinct leadership style that contrasts sharply with the traditional political establishment in the state. His strengths are often categorized into his background, his communication strategy, and his approach to opposition. Annamalai's past career as an Indian police service officer is a cornerstone of his public image. And his no nonsense image, you're talking about his reputation, everybody knows he's a tough, incorruptible officer, which earned him the moniker Singham, meaning in Tamil meaning lion. This background allows him to project an image of an efficient, disciplined, and law abiding administrator, a quality that appeals to voters who are disillusioned with perceived corruption or inefficiency in governance. Now, you will see, as it is happening in the case of Himanta Biswa Sarma, Yogi, and you're also talking about now Suvendu Adhikari. So, he seems a person very similar to these characters. Now, his Annamalai's transition from a police officer to a politician is framed as a commitment to public service, which resonates with those who admire leaders who prioritize getting things done over traditional political maneuvering. He is not a man who is, after selfie images or wanting to get attention all the time. No. So that makes him different from other young people who are aspirants, to political leadership. Now, his aggressive communication and direct confrontation is also some of his strong points. Unlike many politicians who use coded language or engage in subtle political debates, Annamalai is known for his direct and often aggressive style of communication. Now, he has shown a consistent willingness to confront the ruling DMK directly on issues of policy and corruption. One of his most notable characteristics is his willingness to criticize not just the ruling party, but also his own allies, such as AIADMK, when he perceived them to be lacking in ideology or integrity. This is my way or the highway approach has been a double-edged sword, causing tension within coalitions, but also helping him to establish a distinct, independent identity for the BJP in Tamil Nadu. Now, he's also, other things that are making him popular among the youth is his being digitally savvy, which makes him very appealing. He has been instrumental in modernizing BJP's outreach in a state where the party has historically struggled to gain a foothold. Now, he understands the power of social media and digital platforms to bypass traditional media filters and speaks directly to the voters. He is often credited with making BJP a more visible and talked about party. particularly among the youth. He attempts to frame political debates around nationalistic and developmental themes, attempting to build a narrative that is distinct from the long standing Dravidian centered politics of the state. Now, Annamalai has actively sought to take the party's message to the streets, most notably through high profile events like En Makkal, my Land and My People, the Padayatra. And his ability to draw crowds and maintain high energy levels during extensive statewide tours is a key organizational strength. You see how many plus points he has. It signals a shift away from armchair politics towards active engagement with people at the grassroots level. And this is what people want. And his core strength lies in his ability to disrupt the established political binary of Tamil Nadu by combining the aura of tough administrator with an aggressive media-centric communication strategy. He has managed to create a dedicated support base, particularly among urban youth and those looking for an alternative to the traditional Dravidian parties. So this is something very important, and this is what is going to stand in his stead. Yeah, back to you, Jen.
See, BJP made a huge mistake in removing Mr. Annamalai because they wanted the support of AIA DMK. That is the biggest mistake which BJP did, and they paid
AIA
for it.
was scared of Annamalai.
And they paid for it very heavily. We can never trust AIA DMK. That is the fact, because even now, Mr. Shanmugam led AIA DMK faction has extended support to TVK party. So there's a rebel faction within the AIA DMK led by Mr. CV Shanmugam, and he, along with 30 MLAs, have extended support to Vijay's TVK party. So how can you trust AIA DMK, right? This is the biggest mistake by BJP. Now, also the fact that this guy, the current president, Mr. Nayanar Nagendran, he has not performed well, right, in the 2026 Tamil Nadu election. So rightfully, Mr. B.L. Santosh should, and Amit Shah, they should make a huge reshuffle, and they should appoint Mr. Annamalai back as the Tamil Nadu state president.
Also, Jaydev, don't forget the fact that the latest, order from Vijay, Chief Minister Vijay's office is that his photo should be there in every government office. Look at the way he's becoming a megalomaniac. You know, the word that they use, the word that they use in movies. Now he wants to see his photo everywhere. Now look at the contrast. Now how Annamalai speaks and how you're talking about Vijay. Vijay has become a U-turner from day one. Okay, with regards to the amount of money that he wants to give women. Okay, and also the fact so many other differences that we told you about. He wants to take a U-turn because he doesn't have the money to even pay these people. So these are all, and then taking an astrologer as his OST, and the next day he is removed. And so many other decisions that he has taken. He sounds exactly like Kejriwal. Only thing is, he doesn't have Kejriwal's face. Okay, so he is just an AAP man. You can call him another AAP too, is what I would say Vijay is, because Vijay has absolutely no qualms to throw his wealth around. I was just watching one video where he comes out of his private jet. Okay, and you look at his attitude. Now, if you are working for the common man, why can't you be like someone like Annamalai? Why do you have to be, flaunting your wealth and your girlfriends and your whatnot, right? You act like the common man. You want to show that you're working for the common man. Act like a common man. Appeal to the grassroots level. Don't show us Trisha, as your what you call your trophy. We don't want to see that. We want to see what you're going to do for the common man. And this is something that Annamalai has in his favor. So let's just take a few comments. After Jayalalitha, the AIADMK is behaving like a headless chicken, says Parag. And Sunita says Annamalai was long back in the public eye, hugely as a young police officer from Udupi, known for his commendable work. See, that itself stands in in his favor. Absolutely well said. And and Jay, yes, absolutely. Dream Walker says J.K. Annamalai. So this is a man who's going to really, shine very strongly in Tamil Nadu. Yes, yes.
Yeah, and this is very, very important because Mr. Annamalai's presence in South India, because BJP does not have any strong footing in South India. Kerala is under UDF Congress. Tamil Nadu is under Vijay TVK. Karnataka is under Congress, and you have Telangana is also Revanth Reddy.
In
So
fact,
all,
Jaydev, see what when Sunita says this, actually Tamil Nadu is known for the highest number of temples in India, and the Hindus there are still dominant. So here, see, this is a see, she is bringing out a very important point. When Udaynidhi Stalin spoke about, that Sanatana Dharma should be removed, Vijay did not even blink an eyelid. Okay, he didn't even say no. He did, in spite of having a Hindu name called Vijay. Now, of course, he's become Joseph. So what Sunita says is very important. Why are the Hindus there still dominant? And who was the first person who opposed it? It was Annamalai who spoke about it. So we need people who stand for our dharma, isn't it? As you say, maximum number of temples in India are in Tamil Nadu, and the Hindus are dominant. Absolutely well said. And also, we'll take
See,
Parag says Vijay is
yeah,
heading a remote control government. The remote is with Stalin. Absolutely.
yeah,
Our
I would like
Singham is
to,
back.
I would like to add to Mr. Parag's statement that remote is not with Stalin, it is with the likes of the Christian missionaries. It is with the likes of the funding from the Lottery King, Santiago Martin. So he is being heavily funded by the Christian missionaries. And it is another, B version of DMK party. TVK is DMK B, we can call it.
In
And
fact,
their
Gopala
ideals are
comes
the
with the
same.
yeah. In fact, Gopala comes with another point, very important point. Modi did correct. If Annamalai was there, then anti-incumbency increases more, and DMK and AIDMK would have more seats, and Vijay would have one majority comfortably. Yes, that could be a point as well. So, thank you for that, Gopala. Yeah, back to you.
Yeah. So now it is quite important that Amit Shah and Modi, they look at this very seriously as far as South India is concerned, because Karnataka election is the next election for which BJP has to find a suitable CM candidate, whether it is Yedurappa's son who is projected as a CM candidate, or have they identified someone who is not yet in the public eye as of now. So Modi ji came recently to Karnataka, and seen was Yedurappa's son. So now they have to start planning how to win Karnataka, just like how they won West Bengal. They have to start the groundwork right now before the Karnataka election. Otherwise, BJP will have a very tough time to have a footing in South India. So yes, very true. Christian missionaries work under the radar. Yes. So now coming to the next news, and we know that today Kerala VD Satishan took oath, and surprisingly, Mr. Shashi Tharoor has skipped the oath ceremony, and he has expressed regret over missing the occasion that he would be in Boston to deliver address at the graduation ceremony for his alma mater, the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy at Tufts. So now you can see that Mr. Shashi Tharoor, he is not considering this, CM oath ceremony of Kerala as very, very important. He wants his personal priorities. He has missed a lot of very important meetings with Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi time and again from the High Command. So it is quite understandable that he was preferred, and Mr. Karge, Mallikarjun Karge was made the state president, or was made the Congress president. So you can see the Rahul and Sonia and the Gandhis, they don't have much liking towards Mr. Shashi Tharoor. And what position is he given right now in UDF? Right, he has not been given any important ministerial position. So that is also, you have to read between the lines. So, all in all, as far as Mr. Shashi Tharoor is concerned, he has made the smart decision of not attending this oath taking ceremony. So, right now in this picture, he must be made Minister of Affairs, rather, or External Affairs
In fact, Jade, see
for
the
Congress
Congress
Party.
party. Yeah, the Congress Party in Kerala has long been
Yeah.
plagued by intense internal rivalries. Now, Tharoor has for years occupied a unique and often isolated position within the state unit. He's seen as a high profile, globally recognized leader who often operates outside the traditional group politics that have historically dominated the Kerala Congress. Now, he seems more of an outsider. Many in the state party leadership have viewed him with suspicion, seeing him as someone who's not a team player in the conventional sense and who prefers to cultivate his own independent base of support. And you see that he and Rahul Gandhi, don't see eye to eye. Now, the selection of VD Satishan as a chief minister was a result of a delicate balancing act by the party. That is, when they say high command, you're talking about the Gandhis, that is Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, likely favoring someone seen as more aligned with the established party machinery and local political consensus over an independent operator like Tharoor. Also, bear in mind that Wayanad was up in arms. If KC Venugopal would have come, they would have created mayhem. Now, the relationship between Tharoor and the leadership that elevated Satishan is fraught with history. Tharoor has periodically been critical of internal party processes and has often felt sidelined by the state hierarchy. By skipping the ceremony, he avoided the optics of having to stand behind a leader whose ascension may not have been his preferred outcome. It was a calculated absence, so he didn't want to be embarrassed. A signal to both his supporters and his detractors that he remains an independent political entity, regardless of the party's internal shifts. Now, Tharoor's career has been long characterized by his desire for a large national or even international role, whereas the state leadership is focused on the immediate, granular, and deeply local power structures of Kerala. These two visions often clash. His absence highlights this fundamental mismatch between his political identity and the traditional closed circle nature of regional Congress politics. It's very small. They're like, all of them are like frogs in a pond. While his travel to the US was a genuine commitment, his decision not to move heaven and earth to return for an event in a clear manifestation of the ongoing unresolved friction between him and the current power structure of the Kerala Congress, it was a calculated distance and not a missed flight. So that is something very important to understand. Given that he is clearly operating as an independent political figure within the party, he is waiting for a national level opening to fully break away from the constraints of the Kerala state unit. So that is the understanding, Jaydev. I think that's what's happening. He doesn't really want to become a part of the Kerala politics at all. He wants to gain some entry into the national level and make a name. Yeah, back to you, Jay. So let's just take some comments also. And Dreamwalker says, nobody can touch Sanatana Dharma. And Parag says, thank God that KC is not a CM. His influence on RG is valuable for. Well said. And Chokita says, any person with little intelligence or self-respect can regard Rahul Gandhi as their leader. Welcome, Karnan. And Gopana says, Candidmina, my sincere request is I'm Telugu, we should increase ISKCON like organizations in Tamil Nadu. Absolutely. Well said. We respect that, Gopana. They will teach dharmic teachings for our Tamil youth. Absolutely. And but the BJP High Command refuses to give full confidence in Annamalai. They still depend on TNBJP seniors who want a coalition. I think they're going to say we are going to see a change. Karna, ignorant idiot Udaynidhi, don't know what is. Yes, and he has a Hindu name. Let him remove his Hindu name. Let him tell his mother not to go to temples. If he does all that, then we can understand. And Sunita says, so slowly they start towards Hinduism. Yes, ma'am, in history, every ruler with 2 knives and 4 horses came down to Bharat to loot, and some of them ruled us, destroyed our temples, but nothing happened to. Yes, absolutely. It's such a solid it is a culture, it is a way of life. Living examples of that, yes. And Dreamwalker says, proud to be a Sanatana Hindu. Absolutely. We're all proud. Yeah. Back to you, Jenny.
Yes. So one more thing which I would like to add is that VD Satishan is the choice of IUML party, the Indian Union Muslim League. They only won 22 seats. Congress won more than 60 seats, and still it is IUML who is deciding who the CM candidate for Kerala is. So Kerala is now run by the Indian Union Muslim League and not the Congress party. So you can see the power of the Muslim League in Kerala because of the kind of demographics in Kerala. Even the Christians in Kerala, should be questioning: are they okay with the IUML choosing the CM candidate for Kerala?
Yeah.
So
So moving
yes,
on to another topic is that Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy is the recent public endorsement of Rahul Gandhi as the prime ministerial candidate for the 2029 general elections. We see that as a calculated political move rather than a spur of the moment comment. So we are trying to understand why he's making this push. It requires to look at the realities of the party dynamics and political strategy. Now, as a chief minister who rose through the ranks after joining Congress later in his career, Revanth Reddy's political future is heavily tied to the support of the central party leadership. By publicly and unequivocally aligning himself with Rahul Gandhi, he is solidifying his stand. It cements his position as a loyalist within the Congress's high command, which is crucial for a regional leader aiming to maintain autonomy and authority within their own state unit. And by being the first to forcefully articulate this position, he positions himself as a key strategist and a national voice within the party, elevating his status beyond just a regional CM. So, this is not the first time that I've heard him say the same thing. Now, Reddy is aware that India Bloc is a coalition of diverse regional parties, each with their own leadership ambitions. By staking a claim for Rahul Gandhi, he is taking the initiative. The Congress, as the central anchor of the India Bloc, needs to lead the narrative, and Reddy is signaling that the party will not wait for allies to suggest a name but will present a clear candidate and then move to persuade partners. His public comments serve to create, a sort of a narrative pressurizing allies within the alliance to align with the Congress's primary candidate to maintain the bloc's unit. Now, Reddy has consistently framed the political battle in India as an ideological struggle between the legacy of Mahatma Gandhi, which is represented by Rahul Gandhi, according to him, and the ideology of Godse, which he attributes to the BJP. Now, by framing it as an existential ideological conflict, he makes the choice of Rahul Gandhi seem like a principled, necessary move for the survival of the constitution and the country rather than just a power play. And now his recent comments about the public desiring, Swiggy style politics suggests he views political communication as something that needs to be delivered rapidly and directly, just like food. Now, his endorsement of Rahul Gandhi is part of a broader, high energy communication strategy intended to cut through the noise and offer voters a clear, singular vision. Now, from the perspective of a political strategist, this is far from a joke. It's a deliberate attempt to centralize power around the Congress's main face, preempt internal dissent, and provide a clear, unified narrative for the party's future campaigns. Whether or not it succeeds depends on the Congress's ability to actually convince other regional leaders in the India bloc to set aside their own ambitions, a task that is often more difficult than making the public announcement, because within them itself they want to all become leaders. Now, one thing I don't know whether you all noticed in all these, when Rahul Gandhi went for Vijay's, oath taking ceremony, as well as now, Satish's oath taking ceremony, you will see that he looks very disillusioned because he had, seen himself as also becoming a leader at some point, and still now, as you see, is grown rather old, and he feels very disillusioned that that stage will never come. Now, Dream says, now Jamate Congress rule in. Yeah, See, Satish is only the Hindu face, but in fact, he's running a Islamic party. So it's very clear about that. He's not going to make decisions. So that is very clear. Now let's take Praveen's comments. Well, BJP lost 6 to 8% to TPK. If BJP had gone alone, Vijay would not have crossed 28%. AIDMK would have got less than 15 to 18%. BJP stood in seats which they weren't popular. So let's just take some more Jaidev comments.
Yes.
Demonizing Savarkar and Godse has become a habit of the shameless secularists. Absolutely. And have you missed any comments before, Jaidev? Yes. Can we check out?
No, we have taken all the comments, and it's a very good comment by J. Parag. In fact, Kerala is the worst state as far as secularism is concerned. I think you have the most number of secularists in Kerala.
And I also, now since before we end, Jaidev, I want to just add a bit of humor. This minister called Bindu, in Kerala, Congress. Now she seems quite like a joker. So a few days back when she won, she went running to one of the, these Congress people, and he tried to hug her, and she was trying to resist his hug. But he kept pulling her towards him, and this is in full camera view. Okay. Now today also I noticed on stage that this Bindu has this habit of, like a running around. So she first ran to all these leaders to hug them. She went to Rahul Gandhi, and Rahul Gandhi was so happy to see a woman. And then she went and hugged Priyanka. Priyanka also gave her a hug. And then she forgot about the governor. The governor is waiting to, swear her in. And she forgot about all that. And in the end, she goes to the governor, and then she does the swearing in. I mean, what sort of people are these? They don't have any ethics or manners or anything. I mean, there are certain rules when you're on stage and in front of the governor. You're supposed to follow certain rules. I mean, you can't just run around or the whole thing like it is a garden, or you're going for some trekking or something. But Congress is a party that has absolutely no rules. They do it exactly as they want. And now I hear that many of these ministers are unhappy with their portfolio. Now that fight is also going to start. Yeah, so let's just take a few more comments. Gopanna says, who gave Jananayak title for Rahul? Absolutely. So, but I think you saw, Gopanna, that the way Rahul Gandhi looked very disillusioned. He kept on holding Priyanka Gandhi's hands, for support. So, yeah. Parag says, thank God she didn't run to the governor. Parag, I wish you will just go back to that swearing-in ceremony when this Bindu comes on stage. She just looks like a little child who's been given a flower, and she's running around, happy and kissing everybody on stage. Just look at this woman. And this is not the first time. This lady, is, full of very high energy. Savarkar is against caste. He is a true Hindu, says Gopan. Absolutely. So, with this, we end this session. Good night, Jai Hind, and Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.